Hello, my name is Cindy Allen, and I am currently enrolled in ITEC 7500, which is incorporated into the Masters of Education Instructional Technology program at Kennesaw State University. This video is an overview of my Capstone project. My Capstone project title was Engaging Students Through a Flipped Model. As I began this process, I met with my principal and technology mentor to discuss a topic and need in our building. And one of the tools that we utilized to look at some data was School Diggers information. And what you see here is Chapel Hill Middle School's demographics broken down, number of students, student-teacher ratio, the actual racial breakdown, and you can see that Chapel Hill Middle School is ranked 71st of 534 Georgia middle schools. Besides just looking at the data and the demographics, my principal and technology coach, we also looked at the test scores. And what you see here is a comparison of test scores of 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, all areas tested, and a comparison of our school, which is in the red, the district in the green, and the state in the blue. Historically, Chapel Hill has been the #1 middle school in the particular district. They have performed higher than the state average on CRCT and Georgia Milestone, but there's always room for improvement. So my objective was to incorporate the flipped model for an entire school year to increase the scores and growth for my students from 2015-2016 to 2016-2017 using the data from the Georgia milestones. On top of increasing test scores, another benefit of utilizing the flipped model would be to engage our students. We want to continuously try to engage our students and keep them from any downtime. So at the beginning of the year, I would discuss the benefits of using the flipped instructional model with my parents during open house. I would explain and give the importance of watching the video before class. And this is going to allow my students to have an opportunity to review, rewind the content as much as. Another benefit of utilizing a flipped classroom is going to be to maximize instructional time without direct instruction. So those students would be able to look at information on videos before they come to class, and then that way we could be a lot more engaged, go deeper in the content, and this is how it will work. All of my videos will be housed on Schoology, and I'm going to take you through the steps of how my students would access Schoology at home. They would go home, log in, find their particular section, and then scroll down to the topic at hand. For instance, if we were working on body systems, and particularly we might be working on cardiovascular and respiratory, they would click on the cardiovascular section, click on view, click on the video.
All right, so the circulatory system, which is also known as the cardiovascular system, you need to know that it carries substances to cells and carries waste away from the cells. It is going to increase.
So that was just a quick summary of how the videos would work and where they would be housed. One particular aspect of Schoology is I would keep all of the units into folders. So at any time throughout the year, if the students need a review, they are color-coded and all of the information is kept together, including the videos. Especially for my special ed students, they would have the opportunity to watch the videos, see the content as many times as needed. So the videos would be created through Screen-O-Matic, uploaded onto my learning management system, which is Schoology, and all of the students would receive their access to the class code during the first week of school. So how would I check for completion of actually watching the videos at home before they come to class? As I begin to construct the lessons for each unit, I'm going to use research-based and evidence-based strategies throughout it. The direct instruction of new material will be given to my students via videos. I'll make the videos on content for each unit, including scientific method, biomes, food chains, food webs, cells, body system, so on and so forth. There will be a variety of ways to assess or check for understanding for the content of the video. When my students arrive into class, I will complete an entrance ticket instead of an exit ticket for the class activity to start. I will incorporate responders, Google Forms, written check, quizzes, or any number of tools for the assessment to check to see if my students have watched the videos. There definitely is a consequence for not watching the video. For those students that didn't have the opportunity to watch it at home, they can always get a computer, watch it during homeroom, and get the notes that they need. If they didn't finish the video in the time allotted, the students would have to get a computer during class while we are doing some type of other engaging activity. They would definitely have to complete the video information first. So based on the objectives for incorporating my capstone into my classroom is to increase student engagement, increase standardized test scores, and maximize class time. So the procedures would be, I would discuss with my parents at open house, get my students engaged to buy into this information, and then start it at about week 2 of school. We would introduce the learning management system. We would discuss netiquette, videos, assignments, and discussion, because the flip model might be, or is definitely, a new component to some of my students' learning. Implementation. I began the implementation of this particular capstone last summer. I had to get into the pre-planning stages, and I had to plan way ahead to make the videos. I was very flexible within the first year. There were lots of tweaks that I had to go back and take a look at. But what was one of the biggest thing that I found was my comparison of state scores. The Georgia Department of Education decided not to test science and social studies in 6th and 7th grade. So I did not have that comparison to look at test scores from last year, or from 2015-16 to 2016-17. So I was not able to truly use that data to see if my capstone solved the problem. But what I did use was a variety of student surveys. I did utilize student information by surveys to see if they liked this incorporation of videos first and staying actively engaged in the classroom later, although I did not have the data from the milestone to do the comparison. I will continue to utilize the flip model classroom this year, although I do not have the data to compare the first year to the second. I believe my students have a more thorough understanding, and we definitely were able to maximize more instructional time to get deeper into the content during the classroom. Also, for all of those students with special disabilities, they were able to go back and listen to the videos as many times as needed. So what is my future plan with the capstone model? Although I did not have the data, I definitely saw more engagement with my students, so I plan to continue utilizing the flip model. The improvement of my videos, I definitely am going to incorporate more music, more time for discussion, more ways that the students can be interactive with the videos. I found Edpuzzle, which is an amazing tool, and that the students can check their understanding throughout the videos. Share with other teachers. That's going to be one of my future plans, is to share these videos with my teachers, and if I can get them to buy into the flip model, hopefully they will help and break up the content area, and one teacher could do a video on one area and I could do one on another particular area, and then that way it wouldn't be so many on me. Thank you for watching this video.